I am. I was born in Jacarezinho, Paraná. Okay, but for now I am living in Portugal, in Bragança, in the north of Portugal. Here, I am working and studying. I am working and machine learning engineer at more company, and I am PhD student at the Utah University. So about my work, I am working in the field of artificial intelligence in the general. Okay, it's all.
All right. So what do you study exactly? I don't understand.
Okay, my course is informatics. Informatics. Okay.
All right. Okay.
And PhD. I started PhD last week, so my first year on the course.
All right. Nice to have you here with us. And Janemi.
I am James. I have 33 years old. I am a software engineer. Was 2014, and I work with Java, JavaScript, and I'm married. I have 3 kids. I live in Cajazeiras, state of Paraíba, and that's it.
All right. So, and what about you, Robert? Can you introduce yourself?
Yes, Robert. I'm 48 years old. I have 4 daughters. I'm married. I work with 3D for metaverso, games, VR. That's it.
All right. All right. So guys, it's a pleasure to be here with all of you. So my name is Jean. I'm 19 years old. I work as a backend developer, and I am software engineering student at the college. I'm here on Talk and Talk to learn English with all of you. I love learning English in my free time, as I like to play and watch soccer. It's my hobbies, and run at the street. I like to run too. And that's it. So I think now we can start answer the questions. So Janemis, can you choose any question here and ask to someone, please?
Okay. I've I've heard that is great technology which for age corporation is the future, but I don't work with big data, and that's it.
All right. So you can choose someone to answer. All right. You can choose a person.
Eduardo.
Okay.
The question number one.
One.
What have you heard about?
Okay. Yeah. Actually, it's a topic. It's very high. So some people say the data is a new gold in these years. So yes, I am working in the big data. I think it's the next years this topic is very high in the discussion about politics or companies and universities and so on.
Yes, that's true. And now you can choose someone to answer.
Okay, Robert, what have you heard about big data?
Big data, it's a new petroleum. I heard this about the big data. It's crazy when you you need to talk about this because all things in internet use big data.
Yeah.
When you use Netflix, when you search about the everything, when you play a game, you know, when
Yeah.
you use metaverse, I work with metaverse, and no use no in environment in metaverse. When you work with other people's in metaverse, modeling things, environments, some people's working with big data in a lot of models, you know, because we use the big data for this. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's true. Uh, in my case, I don't work with big data, but I already have heard that all of the we do at the internet use it. For example, when you search something on Google or when we are using our social media, we are putting our personal data in these websites, and the companies use this for send us advertisement, for example. But of course, this is just a little bit about big data. I don't work with this, but I like to search about, and cause that I choose this topic for us discuss today. That's it. So Eduardo, can you choose any question here and ask to someone?
Okay. Okay. For you. Okay. Number 4 for Robert. Number 4 for you. What are the advantages of having a lot of data available on the internet?
It's for I like play games. It's good because the other companies can suggest new games for me, you know.
Yeah.
Of course, I use Blender to model assets, models, environments. The Blender, it's a big organization, and the Blender Foundation know when I need new tools for my work, you know.
Yeah.
Because it's crazy. I save for I save with some friends. Autodesk create 3D Max, you know. Maybe Autodesk have, for example, 50 persons working in 3ds Max, but Blender have maybe 1,000 people developing Blender, and
Yeah.
this use data for this to control new tools, new environments working using Blender, you know.
The community, it's so big, right? And you can share
Very,
a lot of
yes,
information, data about the technology.
yes, very big.
Yeah. I think our developer is into a community to share and to learn more about new topics about technology, right? For example, LinkedIn, it's a website that
Yes.
we use a lot to share and learn more with the data that everybody sharing this website. And that's true. It's a good point that have a lot of data available on internet.
Yes, and Blender use a friendship language. it's Python.
Yeah, that's true. And now you can choose someone to answer.
Genesis, how about you, man?
Data is the most valuable thing in any company. The way they are produced and processed has great value. Imagine a health plan to have access to all data from all pharmacies, for example. It would be wonderful for it and bad for users. And you, Jean?
Yeah, as Robert said, in my opinion, the good point is that we can share our technology and learn with the other people share. For example, I use a lot Stack Overflow to when I have a question. And in this website, we have a lot of knowledge because a lot of developers share data about some daily problems, all right? Sharing data on internet, I think it's a way that we can help other people solve some questions, and we can find some solutions to our questions too. So for me, the good advantage of the internet and the data available on it, it's the power of share and learn with the all of the data, the information, and of course the knowledge that we have in these kind of websites, for example. And what about you, Eduardo? For you, what are the advantages?
For me, it's good because I am working in this field. More data for me, it's better for me because I use this data for train the machine learning algorithms. So, but okay, a lot of data. It's good for me. No, on for example, the Google. I want to buy a shoes. The Google, I think the Google knows which shoes for better for Eduardo. So Google knows because my data, my data. It's advantage or not. It depends. But for me, it's good because I like it. I like the promotion and the ads promotions, né? But a lot of data for now it's good, but I think it's better the good data. Okay, it's for now in my opinion, we collected this amount of data, but we should make this data a formation and the knowledge. Okay, and okay, it's for me and my field in where I am working, it's good. A lot of data available on the internet.
Yeah, and as developers, for example, backend developer, we develop some APIs exactly to provide data for the other people's consume these data, right? And for me, this is a good point too. And the IT professionals need to learn how to use these data, all right?
Yes.
Because we have some risks, and this is exactly the next question. So I will choose the next question, and the question will be the question 5. So Robert, what are the risks of the large amount of data on internet for you?
I have maybe crazy example for this. I was drinking a beer with friends, and I say, my bank don't up my credits in my account, you know. In the next day, I receive email about this. It's crazy. I say for my friends, hey man, my bank don't approve much more money in my accounts. This is my cell phone in my package, and the next day I receive new email about this. It's crazy. For me, of course, this is data. My cell phone control my life, man. Your data's is a goal for big companies, you know. This is a big risk for you, maybe. I don't know. And you, how about you, Eduardo?
So one example, for example, we have a Google Maps timeline. Okay, so the Google knows. Eduardo wake up at 9 o'clock, and after this, wasted time in the in the car, 10 minutes. Né? So the Google, I said the Google because it's the top company about about the data, in my opinion. But it's for me, it's I think I don't have more privacy. Okay. We use a smartphone, we use a laptop, and so on. For example, I am online all day, so this all day collect my data. So the risk, the companies the companies have this data. They know about you. They know all things about you. So it's for me. It's I think I don't have more privacy. It's for me. It's a risk. Okay. It depends. It depends. For example, some countries, the government can use this data for them. So, in my opinion, it's this risk for me. The privacy data. Okay, our privacy data. About the genemies, what are the risks?
Is this a 30 question?
Five.
No,
Five questions.
Five questions.
Okay. Perhaps the great risk is that the algorithm is separating in bubbles. Unity, our personal choice with what it wants to offer us, shaping our choices, indicating friends who think equal, people who have behavioral equals for you. That's it. Usually.
For me, one risk is that we have all of our personal data on the internet. For example, the CPF, RG, or our credit card. And if someone expose this public on internet, of course, we will lose, for example, about the credit card. probably we'll lose some money, and it affect our personal life. All right. So I think one risk is that we share our personal data with a lot of company, for example, to buy something on internet. Sometimes the company isn't safe, and we can lose our personal data, as Eduardo said about our privacy. All right. So I think this is one risk when we share our data with not a safe company, for example, on internet. That's it. Who don't choose one question? I think Robert. So Robert, can you choose any question and ask to
Yes.
someone?
Yes. Number 8. In which situations do you believe that the use of big data is essential? Maybe when you have COVID in the planet. It's crazy, man. Big data was in the biggest important tools in this moment, maybe for me, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
You can follow in real time the evolution in this moment. Yeah, in the health is very important for me, this. How about you, Jenimis?
Big data is important to process information and make good indications in areas that can be affected by disease. For example, on neighbor, all people's is sick, for example. Exists a system for this INSUS. That's it. And you, Eduardo?
Okay. The most situation for me is in the healthy area, because in the healthy area, because more data in this healthy area, it's better because we can build algorithms for helping the doctors. Okay, for example, the doctors that uses images for to search for a problem patient, a problem patient. So we can use these algorithms for detection for problems, for help the doctors. Okay, for it's a situation I believe in. Another situation is about economics, because where in the field, the economic field, the features, the economics very important for the companies, for the society, the government. For now, we have many features in the in the jobs, or the markets, the so on. Is for me, these two situations, it's very important, or where I believe. And you, Jean?
I agree with you, and I think we need to use big data in moments that we need to predict the future. All right, when we need to plan something and then understand the data now to understand how it will what will happen in the future if this data follow the same way. As you said in the health area, as Robert said, what about the COVID-19? Everything that involved the research, I think it's a good way to use big data to understand how it will predict the future. All right. And for example, here in Brazil, the elections, the big data help us to have the result in the the same day. All right. And I think it's about the software, right? The software help us to manage to handle this a lot of data, and I think this is essential to understand the comportment of one the data in the environment and to predict the future. I think everybody right have answered this question. All right. So Jeremies, can you choose any question and choose someone to answer?
Question 3.
All right.
What technologies do you believe contribute to the round of data on the internet? For me, any technology that produce and share data, especially social network, besides shows what you will see still induce your behavior within the network, educate friends, think equals you or similar. How about you, Robert?
Artificial intelligence maybe is the biggest for the growth of data in the internet. Today you can control district, all in your district using a lot of CAN. This use a lot of data, of course, and in the future is much more common, you know, and of course a lot of data you can use for this. And how about you, Jan?
I believe that, as Jeremies said, the social medias, of course, because we share our lives in these technologies, and the search engines too, the Google, the Bing, when we share our doubts or our wishes. All right, this helps all the companies have access to our data or what we want and share, for example, advertisements to us. So for me, the social media and the search engines help the with the big data, because we share everything about us in these technologies. And what about you, Eduardo? What do you think?
I am agreeing with you about the social media, about the Google artificial intelligence, but about the technologies, I think the most important is hardware. I think the smartphone, acho que the most people have a smartphone, and this smartphone is connecting on the internet. So with this, we have big data. So I think another thing about the smart home, about the Internet of Things. So we have in this field, Internet of Things, there are much data about the information of the house, about smart home, smart clothing. So some companies building smart shirts, smart pants, smart socks, and so it's many data. So this technology, for example, smartphone, they collect our data on the internet. Smart house, smart home, or smart home collect about the inside in house or out house, and smart clothes about the bio signals, our body signals, our body. So these technologies, I believe they contribute to growth of the big data.
Yeah, that's true. As you said, the smartphones, the Google knows every place that we went, all right, because we go out with our smartphone, and the Google track the place that we went, and that of course generate a lot of data and contribute to the growth of data on the internet. That's true. And Eduardo, can you choose any question and choose someone to answer?
Okay, the number. This question is philosophical. Number 9. What is the relationship between the big data and the evolution of society for you? It's in my opinion, it's a good question about the social media. The people, I think the people need use use social media. We need the debate of about the political, about education, and it's very important. In my opinion, about the big data, it's very important, the evolution of society. For example, this yesterday about in the Lula and Bolsonaro, many people's talking or writing on social media. It's very important, this discussion. And another things too, for example, education. For example, when I was child, I didn't have internet, only books. So the children's for now and this year, for example, the children's there are internet, smartphone to learn. So they have many information only a smartphone, for example. They are learning fast with the smartphone and the internet. It's my opinion. And the usual.
I agree with you. We have, as I said before, we can share and learn with the data that we had on the internet. And I think that's the most important thing about the big data and internet. The possibility to share our knowledge, all right? We don't need to use just books on a library. If you have some question and we search it on the Google, probably someone already have had this question before and share what he or she learned searching about it. So for me, this helps with the evolution of society, the exchange of the knowledge with a lot of people in a community, for example, in an online community. So for me, the possibility of shared technology with everywhere, every time on the internet helps a lot the evolution of society. And now everything that you want to know about, it's just Google it, and probably you can find something about our question. And what about you, Robert? What do you think?
What's the number? Number
Number 9.
9.
Yeah.
What
What is the relationship between big data and the evolution of society for you?
Oh man. It's not a future. It's biggest today. It's impossible imagining the future without big datas. Big datas or big data. You use it for everything, you know. You use it for your health, for your security, for your maybe your family, because you have you or your family in a hospital. The hospital have all data about you, about your health, about the healthy, about your family health, you know. It's the future. It's good for the evolution, for the evolution in your country, your district. The data is very important. It is not problem for me. My data's in the internet, no problem for me, of course. Of course, I use security companies when I need to buy everything, you know. When I can use online meetings about business, whatever. That's it.
All right.
And you, Jenimis.
I
say, sorry, your name. Yeah, I say correct, Jenimis.
Genemis.
Jenimis. Yes. Okay.
I agree with you. Society is changing habits. We do not search for books on the internet. Has everything first. This form of entertainment is no longer TV shows, and we
Yes.
consume
I have
some streams.
I have a library here, man. It's crazy
Yeah,
today.
I have too.
I am an old man. I have 48. When I born, you know, I don't have cell phone, don't have color TV, don't have internet.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
The opinion makes become the influencers digital. Social network use their algorithms to indicate content. This indication can have a marketing based, for example, and this can induce people to have a different consumption patterns as the social network there was. That's it, guys.
All right. So I think everybody already have answered. Eduardo, have you answered? I think yes. All right.
Yes.
Okay. So Robert, can you choose any question?
Yes, number 8.
I think the number 8 we
Yeah.
already have answered.
Yes,
Yes.
number 10.
10.
Okay.
All right.
How do you envision the future of big data? Man, I don't know. Much more new jobs.
Yeah.
New jobs, new, I don't know, sub jobs. I don't know this word, but big data is the future, man, for everything,
Yeah.
for the all things in the technology,
Yeah.
when you learn, when you need to care your health, when you need to play game, when you need to work. I work using internet. When you use internet, you have data in your life. It's crazy. It's the future. New careers about this, of course. Is the future? Is the future? No, not. It is now.
But you think that we will have more jobs about it? It's easier. It will be easier to find more jobs.
Maybe in the future, in the high school, you learn about big data in your your grade.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think in Brazil it's hard. In Brazil it's so hard,
Yes.
but probably
Yes.
in a long future, I think. In Brazil, in other countries, I think in the future we will study more about it.
I agree.
That's it. Now you can choose someone to answer.
You, man. Go ahead.
Okay. Yes, I agree. I think we will have more opportunities to work with big data. Now, I think it's hard to, not hard, but I think it's harder than other IT professions, IT jobs. I think it's harder than, for example, work as project manager or software developer. But I think in the future, we'll have more research about big data and of course more opportunities to learn more about it in the universities. Now I think we don't have for example a specific subject about big data in a university. When you learn it's just a little bit and you, for example, you need to do another studies, another courses to learn more about it. But I think big data will be more studied in the universities in the future, and we'll have more opportunities to research and work with it or with it. And of course, I think the big data will help us to predict more the future, as I said before, as we have a lot of data in our world, in our daily. We can use these data for good reasons and unfortunately for bad reasons too. But I think if we use for big reasons, probably the society can go to the next level. I think we can, it helps with the evolution of the society. That's it. And what about you, Eduardo? What do you think?
I agree with the. We will have many jobs. I agree, but in my opinion, all professional should learn about the data, but not the programmer or the developer, but the understand the data. Okay, and the all fields, in my opinion. For example, the engineer, the professor, or in the education, the health field. These professionals must learn must understand about the data analysis. Some data analysis, for example, some, in my opinion, we have, but we have many tools about the analysis data. Okay, I think. For example, for now, about your job, we need to learn English. Okay, but in the future, in my opinion, the professionals to understand the data, these requirements of the job, in my opinion. That's it, in my opinion. About you, Genemis.
I think the big data being used with artificial intelligence to define public policies or mapping outbreak of these by geographic areas, making indication of investments or promotion based on our consumption habit, for example, or make indication on health. That's it.
All right, that's true. Unfortunately, we haven't more time to keep answering the questions. All right, but to finish this meeting, I will share a survey link with all of you, and I'd like to you share your how was your experience, if you like or dislike this topic. All right, and share what topic do you would like to talk in the next weeks. So I will see your answer and prepare the material, so you can share some topic for us discuss in the next weeks. All right. I think that's it. It was a good night with all of you. It was a pleasure here. And I would like, I hope see all of you at the next week here on Monday to talk about technology too. All right.
Okay. Thanks a lot, man.
Thank you for all of you.
Bye.